Hey, what's up guys, this is Nick at Bodybuilding HQ, and today I'm going to take a look at BSN's SYNTHA 6 protein powder. So SYNTHA 6 comes from BSN. They're an Illinois-based supplement company, and they sponsor a lot of big-name athletes, including Conor McGregor. And SYNTHA 6 is their stab at a multi-purpose protein powder. It comes from 7 different kinds of protein. So I'm going to try out their chocolate flavor and see how it tastes. So first I'm going to see how the chocolate milkshake flavor tastes with milk. Yeah, it's very good. It's very creamy. This particular mix has a wide array of ingredients added to it, and the effect of that is that it mixes very well, dissolves well, and it has a nice creamy taste for a relatively low amount of fat. So it works quite well with whole milk. Okay, so let's see how it tastes with water. It's delicious. I very rarely enjoy protein powder mixed with water. It normally results in obviously a bland and flavorless shake. But again, the considerable amount of ingredients added to this that are intended to improve the creamy nature of the taste works really well. Honestly, if I were blindfolded and someone gave this to me, I would believe that it was mixed with milk. So it tastes really great with water. Okay, so let's take a look at the nutrition. 1 scoop of this has 200 calories, and the macro ratio is a little bit unusual for a protein powder. It's got 6 grams of fat, 22 grams of protein, and 15 grams of carbohydrates and 5 grams of fiber. So it's not low carb and it's not high carb, it's somewhere in the middle, and especially with the 5 grams of fiber, it's a little bit unusual as far as the macronutrient balance goes. But as far as macronutrients, there are some very interesting additions. It actually provides 8% of your daily iron, 6% of your daily magnesium, and 15% of your calcium. So that's pretty nice. But on the other hand, while it's relatively low in sodium, it does contain 23% of your daily cholesterol. That might be a concern for some people, but it's true that some bodybuilders actually try and increase their cholesterol. So it depends on your own goals, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, so what's actually inside this product? Well, I've seen a lot of protein powders in my time. I seldom see as lengthy an ingredient list as on SYNTHA 6. First of all, there are actually 7 different kinds of protein. 2 of them are whey. There's also 2 kinds of casein. There's milk protein, egg white, glutamine peptides. And then there's a bunch of other ingredients, and it's sort of a mixed bag as far as benefits go. Some of them you might be happy to see in there. For instance, there's bromelain. That's a compound that's linked to decreased muscle soreness after exercise. There are also MCT fats, which a lot of people like, and they deliberately add it to like their coffees with coconut oil and so on. On the other hand, there's a wide variety of artificial thickeners. There's like cellulose gum and things like that. There's plenty of different sort of artificial sweeteners, including sucralose and acesulfame potassium. There's soy lecithin, that's to help mixability. There's a really considerable amount of ingredients here. So the pro is that you get a lot of benefits out of some of them, but there's a lot of artificial ingredients that some people might want to avoid. Okay, so how much does it cost? This here is the 5-pound tub, and in this you get 48 servings for about $38. That winds up to about 79 cents a serving, or if you want to get really granular, it's 3.6 cents per gram of protein. It's actually very cheap. It's about on par with Optimum Nutrition's Gold Standard, which is one of the cheapest protein powders out there, and it's considerably cheaper than BPI Sports Whey HD or Cellucor Core Performance and other brands like that. So it's got a lot of value for money. So what I really like about SYNTHA 6 is, well, first of all, it's very cheap. It's very tasty, and it also has a really surprising amount of nutrition for a protein powder. For instance, it's got, like I said earlier, it's got 8% of your daily recommended intake of iron, 6% of your magnesium, it's got a lot of calcium, and it's unusual to see that much nutrition in a protein shake. In addition to that, it's got quite a lot of fiber, 5 grams per serving. It is synthetic fiber, so it might not have as many benefits as getting fiber from real food. That said, this should, because of the fiber and the fat content, it should absorb pretty slowly, so it might be good as an anytime shake. So what I didn't like quite so much about this product is that, firstly, the macro balance is a little unusual. Typically, especially for bodybuilders and athletes, which this product targets, they want their protein shake to be either low carb or low fat. And if it's going to have carbs, they want it to have like at least twice as much carbs as protein. So the balance here is a little strange. It's 22 grams of protein, 15 grams of carbs, 6 grams of fat. So it might have trouble fitting into some people's dietary plans. That said, there's an argument to be made that it could be like a decent meal replacement shake, particularly since there's a decent amount of micronutrients in it. It also has a ton of artificial ingredients. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to say that because something's synthetic, it's necessarily bad for you. But I know that there's going to be a significant amount of consumers who don't want a protein powder that has corn syrup solids and soy lecithin in it and contains milk and egg and wheat and soy. So there are plenty of ingredients that a lot of people might want to look out for. Alright, so those are my thoughts on BSN's SYNTHA 6 protein powder. For the full review, check out the link below at bodybuilders.com.